Everything's changed since we were kids. Let me ask you something. Were you raised like I was? You get spanked as a child? Yeah. You're dang right we did. You ever get spanked in a store? Yeah. You dang right we did. None of this timeout baloney for us. Timeout meant they knocked us out. Just timeout referred to the time we're out. Yeah, my mama spanked me. You dang right she would. Right in the middle of a store, too. Always seemed to happen around the 6th or 7th aisle, though, didn't it? That's when mommy snapped. Well, think about it, 6th or 7th aisle, you've run over the back of her heels with the cart 4 or 5 times. It's like, oh! Do you not see me standing here? Get your head out of your butt. Oh! All right, go to aisle 10, get me a wiffle ball bat. I ain't beating the living daylights out of you. But even back then, even in our day, there'd be that one person in the store that would stop and be totally offended and be like, no, what are you doing to that child? Step into the butt. Bend your knees, use more wrist. Move out of the way, let me show you. Heck, in our day, the whole store got involved, didn't it? Attention, Kmart shoppers. Little Etta May's getting her butt kicked on aisle 6. For the next half hour, we will have a blue light special on wiffle ball bats.
Any newlyweds in here or anybody engaged to be married? Engaged to be married. You engaged, honey? When? When you get married? Get married in 2 years. You want me to tell her or she you? Sweetie, all you got was I get laid for free for 2 years there. Uh-huh. You smart little fox, you. What's your name, honey? What? Valerie? Valerie. Oh, now you're comedy librarians. What the hell is it? Mallory. All right. Mal? What's your fiance's name? Jeremy. Jeremy. Mal, you love Jeremy? It'll pass. Like a bad burrito.
What do you think's harder to raise, boys or girls? Girls. Boys are easy. Just give them a book of matches, they're happy. Till they turn 13, then you give them a Playboy magazine, you ain't gonna hear another word out of them until they're 25. Girls are harder to raise than boys because everything that happens in a girl's life is a major tragedy. Would you agree? Yes. Something just roll off a boy's back is going to devastate your girl. I'll give you an example. A couple weeks ago, my daughter gets off school bus. She'd been crying. I said, baby, what's the matter? What's happened? You wouldn't understand. Whatever. I said, wait a minute, don't tell me I wouldn't understand. I'm your mother, now what the heck happened? I'm thinking, well, the school nurse should have called me on this one. Okay. During 5th period algebra, we had a test. Farted. Maybe this is one you need to talk over with Daddy, sweetheart. It's more of his field of expertise. Poor kid. Oh my goodness. God bless her. Can you imagine farting in an algebra test? Lindsay, you ever fart in an algebra? No. I mean, just nothing quieter than an algebra test. I don't think churches get that quiet. And I guess it wasn't like a petite, feminine little... Oh, not my baby girl. She made her daddy proud. It was more like... Witnesses say it lifted her off the chair. They tell me she hovered. Left a big crop circle where she been.
Hey, honey, how are you? You okay tonight? Yeah. You sure? You ain't ate since 1962. Jesus. Look how skinny she is. Can you see her? Yeah. Stand up for her, Barbie. Come on. Barbie, turn around. Turn around. Sit your What size do you wear, honey? A 2. Where do you shop for a 2? Where you go to Baby Gap a lot or something? Have you ever had a weight problem? Oh. No? Well, aren't you perfect? I'll bet you flowers and pea honey you're so stinking perfect. You wouldn't know a weight problem if you saw it, would you? You know you're getting fat when you sit in your bathtub and the water in the toilet rises. Do you really wear a 2 or a 3 when you're really bloated? I used to wear it 2. I was a fetus at the time. Honey, I bigger than you, okay? I'm starting to get you horny, ain't I, buddy? Yeah? Look at him. You must be from Pale City. I'm hot shit in Pale City. Hell, I'm anorexic in Pale City. There's some ugly women in Pale City now. Oh, looks like a county fair 365 days a year, Pale City. Woo, you weigh 300 pounds in Pale City. Cheerleader material, quite frankly. My anniversary dinner, my husband actually took me to a very nice restaurant, very fancy ladies, and I'm not talking just a nice restaurant where you get a buzzer and wait. Oh, like I'm the only one that's ever eaten at an Applebee's. No, I'm talking a fancy restaurant, fancy French restaurant where you had to call ahead and make a reservation. Put your name in, hold your spot, kind of like tailgating. Okay? And we get to this French restaurant, and there's this real pretty girl behind a desk, a podium, and we give her name, and then she introduced us to the Matador. Now, he's the guy that takes you to your table. So as he's taking us to our table and we sit down, he goes, can I get you a glass of wine? And my husband said, glass? Heck, bring the whole box. We're going to get this party started. All right? And then that Matador acted like he smelled something bad and he just walked off. And I said to my husband, did you fart? Because I did not. This is a nice place. Tuck it in, okay? Control yourself. And then the waiter come over, and he's dressed real nice, and he's got a little white tea towel on his arm, and he's got a bottle of wine in his hand. And he says, hello, my name is Maurice.
I will be a waiter this evening. As it is, we are all out of boxes of wine. Who knew? However, this is our finest house wine. I think you will enjoy it very much. So, monsieur, if you will, you raise your glass. And so my husband raised his glass, and the little French guy just poured just like a little swallow in his glass. And my husband went, fill it up. And he goes, no, monsieur, this is French wine. You must let it breathe. Swirl the wine around the glass. See how the light dances off the colors. Now, monsieur, I want you to take a sip of the wine, but do not swallow, no. Let the wine marinate your tongue. Let it slide from side to cheek to cheek. And I look over at my little redneck husband, and he's over there going... No, monsieur, this is Listerine. This is French wine. And I said, look, Pepe Le Pew, we're just trying to get our drink on. We could have had half a box done by now. That French wine can breathe in my stomach. Fill it up. Then he gives us the menus. Couldn't even read those. But then he tells us the chef special was chicken colored blue. Well, I ain't never seen that before. So we ordered the chicken colored blue. It comes. It ain't blue. It just looked like a fried chicken breast to me. Then it got weird. I cut into it. I take a bite. It's half chicken, half pig. Okay? Them Frenchies are crossbreeding animals in the back. We need to call the Humane Society or something. If I want chicken, I'll order chicken. If I want pig, I'll order pig. But I ain't eating no chick pig now. We took off out of there, stole that bottle of wine, let it breathe in the truck. We ended up about 6 blocks away at Earl's Gas and Sip, eating gas station chicken and tipping back a box of wine on the curb. And the great thing about it is, one of the pieces of chicken I bit into was blue.
I get embarrassed in front of my children. I do. Girls, do you hate feminine hygiene commercials on TV? Yes. We need to get this stuff off of television. Good Lord, girls, we know what we want, what works, how to use it. Skeeter, none of your dang business why I don't feel fresh, okay? It's just not. You can be sitting there watching a nice program with the kids. Suddenly, a giant maxi pad with wings comes flying across the screen. My 5-year-old asked for one for his birthday. Cheapest gift to everybody. Well, they come in a pack of 12. Spray painted those suckers black. Told them it was part of the Batman series. You know what he loves most about that stupid maxi pad with wings? He loves the adhesive strip on the back. Oh, I just lost the boys on that one. Skeeter and Bubba just glazed over on me. They went, what the heck's an adhesive strip got to do with it? They use duct tape now or something? Us girls, we know what an adhesive strip's got to do with it, don't we, ladies? They need to call it what it really does, a pubic puller. That's what it is. Oh yeah, once a month, 3 times a day, we're getting a bikini wax whether we want it or not. That's why women go to the bathroom in twos, gentlemen. Put it together, Einstein. One stands, one pulls. off. Now, you know what it means when they say they got stuck in the bathroom. Either that or Grandma pissed on the toilet seat. Oh, I had a birthday. Yes, I had a birthday. I turned a big 50. Woohoo! Yeah. Where's my women over 50? Applaud if you're over 50. Yes. Yeah. What is your name, ma'am? Back there. You that clapped in front of the guy in the white. Is that your wife? Look. You, ma'am, you clapped. Are you over 50? Okay. What is your name? What is it? Brenda. Okay. Everybody say, hi, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Say it Southern. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Brenda, can I ask you a personal question? Just between us. You ever sneeze and pee your pants? Is that normal? I don't know what's the matter. Lately I sneeze, I pee in my pants. It's like, ma'am, do you need a Kleenex? No, but some kitty litter would be nice. What the? You gotta own a kitty cat to understand what that movie was. Yeah. You remember them good old days, Brenda? Yeah, before gravity got to us. Let me tell you boys something. In my day, I wore 34 double D. Now I'm a 38 long. I don't mean to brag, fellas, but I can breastfeed you from right here. And I'm talking to the lighting guy in the back. Yeah, most women have great melons. I got fruit roll-ups, just... Oh, heck, you see me naked. Looks like I got 4 arms. Just... That's why I'd be terrified to go to a nude beach. People might think I'm an octopus or something, you know. Well, let's talk about our generation. You know, our parents and our grandparents used to look at their offspring as the future of mankind. Well, let me tell you something. If this next generation is our future, we might as well declare bankruptcy right dang now. Maybe this happens to all species. How do we really know what killed the dinosaurs? Maybe it wasn't a giant comet after all. Maybe, just maybe, there was a bunch of Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears dinosaurs running around, gobbling up and consuming everything they could get their giant lizard hands on. Do you remember when somebody'd ask you what you wanted to be when you grew up? And what would we say? We'd say a teacher, or a nurse, or a fireman. Do you know what my daughter and her little friends say when I ask them what they want to be when they grow up? Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton's not a vocation. It's hard to know how to raise children nowadays, isn't it? What the right and wrong thing is to do. Can't spank them now. They got lawyers. I wish it was like the good old days. Let me ask you something. Did you get spanked as a child? You're dang right we did. Who are you more afraid of growing up, your mom or your dad? If you say your dad, you're a city punk. You grew up on a farm like Skeeter and me. You were more afraid of your mama, right, Skeet? You dang right. Think about it, you city people. As a child on a farm, you witness your mother once or twice a week walk out into a barnyard, grab a chicken, break its neck, rip off all its feathers, feed that thing to you for dinner. By God, no means no.
women of today, our cooking style doesn't warrant that kind of respect out of our children, does it? Oh, heck, I've tested it. No matter how tough I try to look, ripping the lid off the Kentucky Fried Chicken barrel, it's just... You want a piece of me, son? Come on. Anybody got a teenage daughter at home? Yeah. My daughter's 15. Let us pray. You don't send these little girls to school with the right kinds of clothes, they become outcast amongst their peers, don't they? Going to school became a stinking fashion show. Back me up. We're school shopping, okay? My daughter tells me she's going to need new blue jeans, okay? I go to Walmart. I get her new blue jeans. Well, you think I spit in her lunch bucket or something? She wads them up, she throws them back in my face. She goes, Mother, what are those? You talk like that, don't you? And all these stinking teenage girls seem to think the sound is a word. That's the only response I get anymore. Hey, I told you to get off the phone. I don't know if I'm raising a kid or a cat with a hair problem. You ever get this one? Whatever. Don't you want to punch him in the face? Talk to the hand. Oh, you gonna talk to my hand. Where are you going on your honeymoon? What? New York. Skater. You liar. Have you seen airplane tickets or anything? See, men lie. Kelly, my husband, told me he was going to take me on a cruise. Turned out to be a bologna sandwich on a bass boat. Men mean well. They mean well, but men have different belief systems than women do. Would you agree? Yes. Men believe different things than women do, and this can cause problems, anger, hatred in a relationship. Kelly, let me give you an example. Let's take a family vacation. Now, I've realized over the years I've been married to my husband, he has three main beliefs when it comes to a family vacation. Belief number one, maps are for sissies. Belief number two, posted speed limit, merely a suggestion. And belief number three, nobody pees till he pees. Now let me show you how this causes problems, anger, hatred in the relationship. We were going to take the children last June from Lexington, Kentucky. Let's say that's here on a map, okay? I'm doing this for the blondes. We were taking the children from Lexington, Kentucky, down to Orlando, Florida, to Disney World. Are you with me, Kelly? Mm-hmm. So you can imagine my surprise when the California State Trooper pulled us over, going 90 in a 55. And my children and I, so elated that the car was actually coming to a stop after 16 hours straight, leap from the vehicle like urine-filled super soakers and run off into the bushes. Now, the approaching policeman thinks my husband is smuggling Mexicans. The other day, me and my husband, we sat at Applebee's, kicking back a few beers, eating some nachos. My husband got this funny look in his eyes, and he reached across the table, and he grabbed my hand very gently, and he goes, Baby, you are my best friend. Oh, that dang near killed me. Do you know how much it hurts when beer shoots out your nose? That burns, idiot. Oh, heck, he knows he's not my best friend. My best friend is my friend Val. And she is my best friend because Val and I have made a promise to each other that if one day by some terrible circumstance one of us is in a coma in the hospital, the other one promises to sneak in and shave the mustache. That is a woman's best friend. Am I right? Yes. 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 Let me tell you something, girls. You leave it up to your husband, you're going to be laying in ICU looking like Yosemite Sam or something. I'd be so mad at my husband, I'd just wake up out of that coma just to go either pluck me or pull the cord. People are making fun of me. Nurses have nicknamed me Sasquatch. Val is my best friend. 300-pound black woman. Sorry, 300-pound beautiful black woman. Kind of black woman that walks into the room, her butt will come in 5 minutes later. Wearing a thong, baby. Woo! And working it. Why can't us white women feel about our weight the way black women do? Val ain't got no fat butt, man. She got junk in her trunk. She got more cushion for the pushing. And she knows how to handle men, too. She's always telling me, Etta Mae, girl, you want to control your man, make him do what you want him to do. You got to control the sex. Just cut him off till he do right. She said, dang, girl, check it out. One time, I had a boyfriend of mine cutting my yard at 3 o'clock in the morning, get some of my time. So I did it. I cut him off. Yard ain't been mowed in 3 years. You know, I think the hardest time for any child has got to be middle school. Would you agree? That is, yes. Because right at the time when hormones are morphing their bodies and frying their brains, we throw them in with a bunch of other more fry brains, and we expect them to survive. Let me tell you something. Middle school for me was a hell ride the moment I got off the school bus. Brenda Brown spotted me like a lion spots the weakest antelope in the herd, and I was toast. Hadn't done anything but breathe, and she decided I needed to get my head knocked off. The notorious Brenda Brown. She was that kind of student even the teachers were afraid of. Anything went down in school, it was Brenda Brown. Smoking in the bathroom, Brenda Brown. Pulled fire alarm, Brenda Brown. Missing school bus, Brenda Brown. Let me tell you people something. I could take getting the tar beat out of me every day. It wasn't anything that I got at home. Let me tell you something. When you are the youngest kid of a family sporting 9 older brothers, the trickle-down beating stops with you. Every day, right before lunch, bam, Brenda Brown. Second shift came right before I got on the school bus for home. Bam! Ow. See you tomorrow. Heck, it got to the point I just wait for her to get it over with. But one day was different. Before I got on that school bus, when she hit me, my glasses went flying. I was picking myself up, pulling down my shirt, getting my books, and I realized Brenda Brown had my glasses. And she was scratching tic-tac-toe in the lenses. And she threw them back to me. Oh, this was bad, people. If my daddy saw this, he was going to kill me. I can remember that long school bus ride home. And I sat in that seat and I prayed. I prayed so hard that that school bus would stall on a railroad track. And we would all die in a fiery blaze. And my daddy would never know. A couple days went by and nobody realized I wasn't wearing my glasses. Then one night at the supper table, my mama goes, Etta Mae, where's your glasses? I froze. A pea rolled off my fork and crashed to the floor. You see, people, my daddy could smell fear like most people smell bleach. He looked at me and he cocked his head. He grabbed my chubby little hand and he squeezed it hard. And we made that death march to the back room. That man spanked me with a belt to the point the poor guy got too winded and had to sit down. All the time doing that stroke talk. Do you know what I mean, that stroke talk? Yeah. Tell me what happened to those glasses. I think I scared Grandma. He had a stroke? When I finally confessed, let me tell you something. The disappointment on his face hurt a lot worse than that belt. He gathered the entire family up in the living room. And he got one of my brother's bozo punching bags. You remember those? The kind that had the sand in the bottom? And when you hit it, it popped back up. And he goes, okay, what's this first class you got with this Brenda Brown? And I said, well, study hall right before lunch. He goes, this is what you gonna do. Tomorrow I want you to go to the front of the class. I want you to tell your teacher to call that Brenda Brown up. And in front of everybody, in the loudest voice you have, I want you to yell, Brenda Brown, do you have a friggin' problem with me? But trust me, he didn't say friggin'. And then he said, I want you to punch her right in the mouth. What? And then he said, I'm going to stay home from work. And if I don't get a call from the principal by noon, I'm going to spank you within an inch of your life when you get home. What? And then he made me practice over and over again. Brenda Brown, do you have a friggin' problem with me? Bam! Next day on the school bus, my heart was in my head, just boom, boom, boom. But heck, people, at that point, I was between a rock and a rock. I did what my daddy said. Brenda Brown, do you have a friggin' problem with me? Bam! She floated like a feather over the teacher's desk. Now, I could be wrong, but I swear Miss Mortiz was giggling to herself as she drug us to the principal's office. I sat in Principal Campbell's office with Brenda Brown's mother and Brenda Brown. Brenda Brown's mom was thin and hard, and she shook as she lit one cigarette off of another. We sat in silence and we waited for my daddy. And then suddenly the door swung open, and there stood my dad like John Wayne in a gunfight. Principal Campbell said, Milo, we got a problem. My dad said, no, we ain't got no problem. That little girl right there's got the problem. Because my daughter's going to come and kick the living daylights out of her every single day. And Brenda Brown's mom stood up and said, hey, and my dad said, and you shut your mouth or I'll have my wife come and kick the snot out of you. And then he said, Etta Mae, go get in the truck. We're going to Dairy Queen. Brenda Brown never bothered me again. But do you know I think of that girl to this day every time I eat a dilly bar? I have 3 boys and a girl. Let's start with the youngest one first, Jack. How do I describe Jack? 4-foot, red-headed, blue-eyed Tasmanian devil, Prince of Darkness himself. I am tempted to shave his head and look for 3 sixes. You know you got a mean kid if you've ever had to use the phrase, cut your brother down. Jack falls under the definition of demonation. Let us talk about the education of the demonation. Jack, 8 years old. He started kindergarten this year. Look at Skeeter. He's advanced. Yep, first day of school, dropped him off at 8:15, got a call from the principal at 8:30, picked his butt up 8:45. First day of school, had to go get him out of kindergarten, Hawk. I'm going to take partial responsibility for it. It could have been my fault. You see, the PTA had sent home a pamphlet about a week before school started, reminding parents how important it is for the children to have a nutritious breakfast every morning, start their day right. Yeah, like I'm not doing my job. The truth of the matter is, people, a child's stomach don't know what time it is. I say, give them a cup of coffee and a candy bar, put them on the bus. Ain't gonna be my problem till about 3:30. Now, my theory is you pack them full of sugar and caffeine, they got to get through that Dick and Jane book in 10 seconds. Heck, they might even skip a grade. You never know.
Anybody got a teenage daughter at home? How old? 16. Let's pray. Oh, my daughter's 15. Boy, you don't send these little girls to school with the right kinds of clothes, they become outcasts amongst their peers, don't they? Going to school became a stinking fashion show. Back me up. We're school shopping, okay? My daughter tells me she's going to need new blue jeans, okay? I go to Walmart. I get her new blue jeans. Well, you think I shit in her lunch bucket or something. She wads them up, she throws them back in my face. She goes, Mother, what are those? Does your daughter sound like that? What the heck is that? And all teenage girls seem to think the sound is a word. That's the only response I get anymore. Hey, I told you to get off the phone. I don't know if I'm raising a kid or a cat with a hair problem. You ever get this one? Whatever. Don't you want to punch her in the face? Talk to the hand. Oh, you don't talk to my hand. Come on. Woo! Open up a big can of whoop ass on you, didn't I? Honey, put my Tybo tape in. I'm taking her down. This is one she pulled on me last week. Talk to the left, because you ain't right. She got some balls, don't she? She will be sorely missed. I hear that stuff 2-3 times a day. Hey, you're not wearing a mini skirt and army boots to school, change your clothes. Whatever. The teenage translation? Fuck off.
And what's amazing to me as a mother of 4 children is how totally different each one of their personalities has turned out to be. And unlike you younger generation, all my kids have the same baby daddy. Look at her. That is so weird. Really? You are so not going to get on Maury Povich. So think about it. All my kids have the same baby daddy. You treat them the same, you feed them the same, you beat them the same. Yet they turn out so totally different. Isn't that amazing? Like my 13-year-old Miller. Oh, what a great kid. Straight A student, never gotten a B in his life. He's talented, musical, plays the fiddle. Sorry, violin. Oh, don't call it a fiddle. He'll get his little panties in a wad. Well, he plays that kind of music that doesn't have words. What do they call that? Classical. Thank you. Classical. Which kind of ticks me off, because I bought the dang fiddle. It's like, man, play Rocky Top. Woo! Let's go. Mom wants to party. Let's clog. You ever tried clogging to Mozart? Might as well blow your head off. He is the youngest seated member of the Lexington, Kentucky Philharmonic. My kid. My kid. Thank you. Yes. Isn't that amazing? It's amazing. I don't think he's mine. I don't. I think something got switched up at the baby hospital. It happens. I saw it on 60 Minutes. It happens. Trust me, people. On this very night, somewhere in Lexington, Kentucky, on a rich side of town, there sits a confused little 13-year-old boy with a mullet, lighting a firecracker off a joint, just a cussing his mama, going, "You ain't the boss of me." That's my kid. I'm keeping this one. There are turning points, moments that make us take a left or right down the street of destiny, and it changes our world forever. And we can never be the same. That moment was surely one of those. Another moment for me had to be my senior prom. Now, senior prom in a small town like Bald Knob, Arkansas, where I'm from, the prom is a major event. Oh, the whole town gets involved. There's a parade, we crown the king and queen, and then, of course, there's a big dance. Every senior year has their moment of glory, their time in the spotlight. And every year there's a different theme. Now, my senior year, it was piñatas on parade. Mrs. Fisher, our art teacher, she was a papier-mâché wizard. That woman could make a papier-mâché replica of anything. There was going to be a traditional piñata donkey from Mexico, a safari elephant from Africa, the Eiffel Tower, and rumor had it there would be a 5-foot replica of Big Ben with a real working clock in it, and at midnight, Coach Briles would pass out baseball bats and we would beat the hell out of everything. It was to be the prom to end all proms. Harlita June Teal was my best friend at the time, and we were both seniors and due to graduate that year. Of course, Harlita had been due to graduate for the last 3 years. She said she flunked on purpose so she didn't mess up her social life. Oh, she was a fireball, people. All the boys in the hall used to yell as she'd walk down, "Harlita June Teal's a whole lot of tail." Oh no, that never bothered her. She kind of wore it like a school fight song. She was amazing. She could out-drink, out-cuss, and out-spit any boy in 4 counties. The girl was amazing. She was born to spit. I never saw anything like it. I attribute her spitting forte to her natural dental placement. She had this big space in the middle of her front teeth. She could fit a whole popsicle stick in between and still have enough room to whistle the national anthem. We shared everything together. But going to the prom was one thing we weren't going to share. Nobody had asked me, but oh goodness. Every boy in school that owned a van and had a Trojan in his pocket had asked Arleta. You can't expect her to pass that up. About a week before prom, me and Harleta were standing in the hallway by the water fountain, and I bent down to get a drink of water, and when I stood up, there he was. Steve Fargo. Oh, just a mention of his name could put the perm back in a girl's do. He was beautiful, really. Big strapping kid, sandy brown hair that waved over his forehead and stopped just above his steel blue eyes. Tight little butt, long bow legs, and armadillo skin boots so pointy you could pierce your ears with them. And then he said it. Just came right out of his mouth. 10 words that set my ears on fire and my heart to flame. Etta Mae, would you go to the prom with me? I looked up at this godlike specimen of a man with water dripping off my chin. And for that moment in time, the world was so quiet. It was like God had spoke. All the kids in the hall stopped doing what kids do. They were all looking at me. I thought I was going to throw up right there on those armadillo skin boots. And then I heard somebody say yes. And then I realized that somebody was me. He disappeared into a herd of teenagers, and I just floated off to Mr. Pelkey's basic math. Harlita just staggered behind me like a disciple of Jesus. You see, people, Steve Fargo was the captain of the football team and the baseball team and president of everything else. I was real surprised when he asked me to, because you wouldn't know what to look at me now, but I kind of had a weight problem when I was in high school. That's what's so amazing about life, isn't it? How from second to second things changed. Until I was asked to go to the prom, I didn't even know I wanted to go. It was like I was a whole new person. After Mr. Pelkey's basic math came home economics. My tuna casserole was never crunchier, my souffle never higher. In history class, I knew oneth by land, twoeth by sea. Easy Street seemed to lay in front of me. Now all I had to do was walk down it. I was so fired up to tell my family that night. I announced at the supper table Cinderella was going to the ball. My mom got so excited, I thought she was going to do a cartwheel right there in the kitchen. My 9 brothers just stared in shock, and my daddy said, pass the salt. I don't know who was more excited about going, me or my mom. We went to look for a dress with 2 major obstacles. Finding one that would fit and finding one we could afford. We ended up at the basement bargain sale at J.C. Penney's. It was a Pepto-Bismol pink polyester dress. 2 sizes too small, off the shoulders to boot. It had these little bone ribs in the side that fit so tight up against my lungs that my boobs just kind of hovered in suspended animation. They looked like 2 little astronauts in 0 gravity. Now if I could only learn to dance and not breathe at the same time. I started getting ready hours too early that night. But then again, this was no easy thing for any woman to attempt. Ladies, I shaved my legs for the first time in my life that night. And not just up to the knees either. I tried to be so careful, but the nerves consumed my hand. And with a new blade, I headed for the shin bone. And like a car on ice-covered asphalt, I just lost control. There is that split second when you remove a 2-inch by 1/4-inch section of skin from your leg. That split second when that 2-inch by 1/4-inch section of skin is as white as a newborn baby's ass. And it almost looks like neon against the rest of your tan, uninjured skin. And then that split second is followed by the next split second, and suddenly the tub looks like a shower scene from Psycho. While I was hemorrhaging in the bathroom, Mom was in an intensive briefing with our family fashion expert, Aunt Elsie. See, my Aunt Elsie, she'd been to Nashville twice. And she sold Avon door to door. So she knew what she was doing. Up to that point, the tools of the trade, they'd been foreign to me. There were 8 crinoline slips, a girdle that fits so tight it would have given Madonna cramps, pantyhose, which took me 4 tries to get on. Aunt Elsie did everything for me that night. She applied my makeup, did my hair complete with baby's breath garnish. I looked like a princess with foliage. I sat out on that front porch swing and I waited for my white knight. Everybody else in the house just milled around pretending to do things important. Mama cleaned the kitchen sink and Dad watched I Love Lucy and sucked down a beer, and my 9 brothers, as usual, plotted the latest ways to torture each other. I sat there on that hot Arkansas night with little beads of sweat trickling down my cheeks, giving my makeup that very pretty pinstriped effect. Every mosquito west of the Mississippi took a bite out of me, and me and my hovering boobs, we just waited. I watched the moon waltz across the sky. I Love Lucy soon became the honeymooners and Uncle Milty and finally the news. Dad's beer quickly became a 6-pack of empties. And I realized as I sat there on that hot Arkansas night, Steve Fargo had never intended on taking me to the prom. It was just a practical joke amongst friends, and Monday morning I would go to the school, the butt of a lot of laughs. My daddy staggered out on the front porch and he looked down at his baby girl covered in polyester mosquito bites. And he did something he ain't never done before and he ain't never done since. He told my mama to put on his favorite Patsy Cline record, and he asked his baby girl to dance. How'd that go? See the pyramids along the Nile, see the sunrise on a tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while you belong to me, we dipped. See the marketplace in old Algiers, send me photographs and souvenirs. Just remember, darling, through the years, you belong to me. I realized something very important as I lay in bed that night, that I had 3 big things those kids at school would never have. I had a daddy who loved his baby girl very much. I had a Pepto-Bismol pink polyester dress. And I had 9 big brothers beat tar out of Steve. I grew up poor. Anybody else grow up poor? I grew up poor white trash in Arkansas with 9 brothers. I'm a fast runner. Skeeter, explain that to the city people, would you please? PTA don't like me none. Heavens to Betsy, you take a 12-pack of bud to a PTA meeting. Oh, they get real pissy. I figured out what PTA stands for. Permanently tight ass. That's what PTA stands for. Head of our PTA's name is Mrs. Doffinball. And the only reason she's the head of our PTA, she's raised most money in the bake sale for the last 3 years. Whoop-de-doo. She makes these little dessert squares. She calls them Doffinball family dessert squares. Secret family recipe. I found out last year she puts Grand Marnier in the dessert square. Skeeter, you know what Grand Marnier is? It's booze. It's liquor. Well, heck, I didn't know you could spike this stuff. I showed her this year. I made brownies. Happy brownies, Grandma. I raised $3.5 million, people. They have to rename the school after me. Etta High.
This last Halloween, all 4 of my children expect me to buy them $60, $70 costumes from a store. Let me ask you something. You ever get a store-bought costume in your life? Heck no. How many people in here went as a hobo every stinking year? Yes. Yes. And we didn't get no plastic pumpkin with a handle for our candy. Where's my pillow case key? Yes. Yes. Be proud. And if you grew up poor, you got a king-size pillowcase with instructions. Don't come back till that's full. Man, when you're poor, Halloween ain't no holiday. It's grocery shopping. I remember one Halloween, my daddy was particularly drunk. About an hour before sunset, we don't know what we're going to dress up as. He gathered all 10 of us kids in the living room and he goes, "Okay, kids, go strip your beds. You're going as Casper." All 10 of us went as a Casper. Okay, you're missing the point of the story. We were poor people. My daddy wouldn't let us cut eye holes in the sheets. We were 10 little blind white trash Caspers going down the street, just bumping into. By the time I made it to the first trailer, I was so cut and bloodied and boogered up, I had to use my sheet as a tourniquet to stop the bleeding.
Let us move on to the biggest shun of all, humiliation. I think the biggest thing that causes problems in any marriage is men have different belief systems than women do, and this can cause problems, anger, hatred within the relationship. Let me give you an example. Let's take a family vacation in a car. Don't get ahead of me. Now, a family vacation in a car, I have realized my husband has 3 main beliefs. Belief number 1, maps are for sissies. Belief number 2, posted speed limit, merely a suggestion. And belief number 3, nobody pees till he pees. Yeah. Woo! Struck a nerve on that one, didn't I, girls? So let me show you how this causes problems, anger, hatred within the relationship. Last June, we were going to take the children from Lexington, Kentucky, where we live. I'll tell you what, let's say there's a big map of the United States, big giant map of the United States, okay? All right, I'm doing this for the blondes in here. They do better with visual aid. Okay, big map of the United States, okay, kids? All right, so we were going to take the children from Lexington, Kentucky, where we live. Let's say that's up here on the map, all right? Down to Orlando, Florida, to Disney World. Everybody with me? So you can imagine my surprise when the California State Trooper pulled us over, going 90 in a 55. And my children and I were so elated that the car was actually coming to a stop after 16 hours straight, leaped from the vehicle like urine-filled super soakers and run off into the bushes. Now, the approaching policeman thinks my husband is smuggling Mexicans. It caused a problem. It caused more than humiliation. It caused incarceration.